The Corvallis Museum had a problem. The problem was they had a tour scheduled for a bunch of dignitaries and other museum people to come and tour the new facility, and guess what? COVID hit. They could not come in person, so they called us. I'm Scott Kemp with Cinematic Solution, and our cinematic solution for them was to do a video tour with the director, Jessica Hougen, and she did a great job. I think we did a great job. It's a long video, but it showed the museum. It's an awesome museum. Let me know what you guys think.
Welcome to Benton County Historical Society's new Corvallis Museum, a project that was over 20 years in the making. I'm Executive Director Jessica Hougen. Before we start our tour of the facility, I want to give you just a little bit of institutional history so you understand how we got to where we are today. The Benton County Historical Society, or BCHS, was founded in 1951 by a group of citizens who wanted to preserve, collect artifacts related to the history of Benton County. We did not have a permanent home until 1980 when we opened our museum in Philomath in the Philomath College building. That building was built in 1867 and was saved after years of neglect by a group of local citizens. So we opened our first museum there in 1980. That was our home for quite a long time. In 1995, Oregon State University announced they were closing the Horner Museum, a much beloved institution on campus. We immediately offered to take on the collection of the Horner Museum, which was around 60,000 artifacts. This, in effect, doubled the size of our collection, which was already around 60,000 artifacts on its own. Let's head over here and take a look at a few of those things. This portrait here is actually a portrait of Horner, the man who started the Horner Museum at Oregon State University. His idea for his museum was he wanted the residents of Corvallis and Benton County to be able to experience the world without leaving their hometown. This gives us an extraordinary gift in our exhibitry. Not only do we get to examine the history of Benton County as the Benton County Historical Society, but through the Horner collection, we get to explore the world and all different time periods. We have a few other things on display from the Horner collection, including the museum sign that was always outside the front door in the few different locations that the museum lived in at OSU's campus. After entering into negotiations to acquire the Horner collection, we quickly realized that we were outgrowing the Philomath Museum. We began to investigate a variety of options for that, and in early 2000, we acquired property in downtown Corvallis. The original idea behind that acquisition was to build a storage facility for our collection. Luckily, the board and staff quickly realized that downtown Corvallis was not an ideal location for storage, it was an ideal location for a museum. So we pivoted and built the Johnson Collection Center out in Philomath. It's a 13,000 square foot state-of-the-art collection storage facility. That facility was completed in 2007. We moved the Horner collection and our own collection into it in early 2008. We then pivoted again and came back to the idea of a museum in downtown Corvallis. Allied Works Architecture was chosen to design the facility in 2010, and the project moved on from there. As every big construction project, there were slowdowns and speed-ups, fits and starts. We hired Renate, an all-woman exhibit design firm out of Portland, to create the exhibits for the Corvallis Museum in 2016. We broke ground on the facility in 2019, and we were slated to open in April 2020. Of course, as you can imagine, that did not go according to plan. We eventually were able to open in February of 2021 to very limited capacity. As the coronavirus situation changed, we were then able to increase our capacity, and in July of 2021, we're able to open full capacity, no advanced reservations required. So at this point, we've only been open a little more than half the year, and we're so pleased to invite you in and share the Corvallis Museum with you. This is the first temporary exhibit we've had in the Corvallis Museum. In fact, at first it wasn't actually designed to have a temporary exhibit space, but as you all know, visitors expect to see things change in a museum, or why would they buy membership and come back and see us some more? So we decided to dedicate this gallery, the Browdy Gallery, to being a temporary exhibit space. The inaugural exhibit, which we're in now, is Julie Green's Last Supper, The Final Plates. Julie Green was an art professor at Oregon State University and a nationally known artist. This particular series, The Last Supper, is her statement against capital punishment. She has been working on this series for quite a long time, And each one of these plates represents the last meal of an inmate on death row. The plates were collected at local thrift shops and painted with the information that was shared with her. Some of them say the word none, indicating that that particular prisoner did not request a final meal. Some show Kentucky Fried Chicken, Dr. Pepper. Some show lobster tails and steak. There are a variety of different ways the states handle these requests. This exhibit is only on display here through July 3rd. Then these 200 plates, which were the final in the series, go on to be reunited with the other 800 in the series, which are on display right now in the Bellevue Art Museum. Following that, they will only be displayed as an entire collection. These small hallway cases were actually added after we began construction of the building. They were not in the original design phase. They are a great opportunity for us to showcase some micro collections out of our own collection, just to have a way to share even more of the artifacts in our collection with our visitors. Welcome to the Collins Education and Events space in the Corvallis Museum. This space was designed for our education programs and events. It also is going to be a wonderful revenue generator for us as we have begun renting it out to the community. Originally, the walls in here were blank, but as you can see, we have added photographs from our collection. These were originally on display in the Browdy Gallery, where the Last Supper exhibit is on display now. We moved them in here because we didn't want to lose the content for our visitors' sake, and it really warms the space up, so we intend to have things on display in here all the time from now on. We have more on this wall as well. Some other features of this room are a full AV presentation package on the wall behind me. That's where we have presenters, presentations, lectures done, etc. We also, on this side, have a small children's activity area. We built those into every single one of our galleries to ensure that our little ones have fun things to do. They have toys and books, things that are related to the theme of whatever gallery they're in at the time. The stairwell was another part of the building that was redesigned after construction started. Originally, the stairs were meant to come up the middle where Bruce the Moose is now. They felt that that wasn't as welcoming and wasn't as good of traffic flow, so they redesigned it to be the configuration you see now. These are more of the hallway cases that I mentioned previously, where we added more of our collection for our visitors' enjoyment. These are all different collections of postcards. This one is all funny hats, which is really a highlight for visitors. They stand here and laugh for quite a while. This is the Verhoeven Gallery. The inaugural exhibit in this room is Hats and Chairs, which is still on display for you to see. The idea behind this exhibit was really just a way to bring a lot more fun artifacts out of our collection. So all the hats and chairs are paired up. Our exhibit designers did a lot of really interesting things when coming up with the exhibit designs for this building. One of them, indicated by the words "Did you know" down here, is that they hid more information about certain photos and stories behind them, so you could open it up and get a sense of exploration while you were learning more about the stories in the particular gallery. This side of the gallery is particularly fun. On the wall to my right here, we have a photo of the auditorium in the old Corvallis High School. That was torn down a while back. On my left, we actually have some of the chairs paired up with hats from all the different decades during which that high school was in use. As you can see, we also incorporated some miniatures and some hat-making materials in hats and chairs. This gallery that we're stepping into now is a college town. OSU, of course, is a large part of life in Corvallis and has been for quite a long time, so it was only right that we pay homage to Oregon State University in one of our galleries. This is another way that our exhibit designers encouraged our visitors to explore and play a little in the galleries. These are actually the exhibit labels, the artifact labels. So each one of these is for one of the artifacts on display in here. And as you can see, it has a fair amount of information about what we're looking at. So these two things right here that we are looking at are the CPU and the main control computer from 1965, used at Oregon State University. We also have on display over here a number of older photos showing OSU back in the day. And on both walls of this gallery, we have a number of art pieces. A lot of people don't realize that in the 50s and 60s, there were a number of artists of the Northwest School teaching at Oregon State University. As we did in the downstairs hallway, we added cases in the upstairs hallway to really maximize what we have on display, such as this lunchbox. A lot of people stop and notice this lunchbox. Obviously, you can tell it's Star Wars, dated 1977. A lot of people ask us why we have something so new on display in the museum, and the answer is, well, history was 5 minutes ago, it was this morning, it was 1977. So we really felt like it was important to show people the wide variety of things we have in the collection and the wide variety of time that our collection covers. The Johnson Gallery is the home of our exhibit on the history of Benton County. Our exhibit designers had a lot of fun with this exhibit, and rather than organize it chronologically, which is the traditional way to tell history, they organized it geographically. So that's represented by a number of different elements within the space itself. Notably, these signs that list the towns that are related to these artifacts right here. These are meant to be reminiscent of the pins on maps that we've all gotten used to seeing. There are also a lot of other indicators of landscape elements on the floor as well to keep you oriented to the county's geography as you walk through the space. One of the really great things we have on display in this gallery is this hand-drawn map right here. Joseph Avery drew this map when he plotted out the town, which was originally called Marysville in 1851. These surveyor chains are chains that Avery may have used when he was doing the second and third sections of town that he platted out. We also have things such as these early Hewlett-Packard products on display. Hewlett-Packard is another big part of the history of Corvallis and Benton County, so we have them represented right here. Now follow me around this way to see the goat suit. This is one of the most popular and intriguing artifacts in our collection. A lot of visitors ask us about it. This is William Finley's goat suit. You might have heard of Finley because the wildlife refuge near here was named after him. He was a wildlife videographer, and he would wear this suit in the mountains to get better footage of mountain goats, or that was the idea behind it anyway. So of course you can't do an exhibit on Benton County or Oregon State history for that matter without having a nod to the timber industry, which we all know is massive in this state. This was a two-man chainsaw, if you can imagine being on one end of it. I sure can't. In planning the exhibits for this museum, this is one thing that we really, there was no question we had to include it. Many people have shared their nostalgic memories of the glowing rocks room at the Horner Museum with us and almost begged us to have this on display again. So this is our reconstruction, or I should say new version of the glowing rocks collection from the Horner Museum. So they're all enclosed in this box, so you can come up and take a peek inside. And there are labels telling you what kind of rock they are. There's a black light in the cabinet, so that's what's making them glow. So we've had a lot of great visitor feedback on the fact that we did indeed incorporate this into the new museum. So one of the great things they did with this facility was consider the back of house spaces as well as the front of house spaces. We have a small catering kitchen just off the education space. That catering kitchen leads through to this loading dock area, which is right off of the alley. So for load in and load out for our own events and programs and for rentals of the facility, it's made it really, really easy for all of us. Through the doors to my left are doors to the receiving area. Let's go check that out. So right off the loading dock is our receiving area. This is kind of a multi-purpose space for us. We use it as receiving. We use it as a workspace if we need it. We also use it for storage. These tables came out of the Browdy Gallery, and so we could put the Julie Green exhibit in. Also connected to this space is a workshop for our exhibits curator. Having this workshop for the exhibits curator is fantastic. He can bring artifacts over here, work on the mount making aspects, prepare everything, and then they actually planned all this out for ease of access of the elevator as well. Exiting the receiving area takes you into the hallway on the main floor here, right next to the elevator. So once we're done working with artifacts in the workshop, we can bring them out here straight into the elevator, which is the safest way to take them upstairs for display. One of the other really great things about this building that they planned from the beginning was applying for a LEED certification. We just found out we got silver, which we're really excited about. A couple of the things we got points for were daylighting, which is highly unusual in a museum. We did UV filter glass everywhere, and so far that's working out really well. We also got points for use of local resources, for our urban location, for our energy efficient HVAC systems, a whole host of other things, but we're really proud to have that certification. So I am going to wrap up our tour in our gift shop. Welcome to our gift shop. We have a wonderful selection of local books, custom products, postcards, stickers, etc. We have a lot of really beautiful handmade local products as well that you can see here in front of me. We have a lot of great items for children and an amazing selection of local art. So thanks so much for joining us for this tour. We've really enjoyed having you, and I'll see you guys later.
That museum is top notch. I'm sure you guys would agree. That is a first-class facility. Jessica is still there. She's doing a great job. And we had a great time filming that video. So if you've got a facility you want to show off virtually with a tour, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. Scott Campus, Cinematic Solutions.